Hi, hey, this is Arnie with Butte Forge again. We're finishing up these end table legs that I started, and I got a trick of the trade I wanted to show you on how I do this. When you start making furniture, you got to have nice clean lines, and it's really important to try to hide that weld. So these rings that are in there, they're welded in, but from the outside of the leg, you absolutely can't tell. Look at one from the inside, and you can see that they're welded in there. Okay, so I've got a couple of cool tricks that I use here in the shop for this. One of which is, so I've got the last leg, because I'm on the last one here. So one of which that I use is I've got a table that actually goes on the table. All right. And before you say that's kind of redundant, it's really not. It's really handy. As you can see, I've got my parts clamped into here, okay? And what this allows you, I mean, sure, you could probably go to the workbench, right? But the workbench doesn't allow you to let's say you have to, you want to get it, now you want to weld right into here, right? So you can't do that on the workbench, you know? Workbench is huge. So this is pretty handy. Pretty easy to make up. Just take a nice flat piece, a 1/2 inch or something like that. I put some tubes underneath it, as you can see. You just wanted something tall enough that your R11, 11R, whatever, these vice grip clamps, whatever you want to make sure it fits underneath so you can spin it around on top of the workbench. So what my trick is for these welds, and it's not uncommon, but first you got to make some marks, okay? So I throw my ring in there, and I've got a couple of marks in there where I'm going to grind, all right? And so what I've done, so I don't have to make a lot of grinder noise, is I've got one already done up. So I took one, and I ground it up already. So as you see, I've really relieved that, okay? And go in there pretty far, because you're gonna weld pretty deep. That's doing all the work. So line that up, right? And you'll just kind of make sure that's in there pretty. And what I like to do is put something on top of it like such, and then I'll take another clamp. I'll come in here like that, clamp that down. That ensures that I'm very, very flat, and then when I go to do the welding, boy, the light is really intense here. But when I go to do the welding, I can plug weld that up, fill it up, grind it smooth, and then wire brush it. Okay, so that's the trick for how you get a good solid weld, but have these nice clean lines on the outside. For finish work tools, we're using all of the above. We've got the old cut brush. I've got die grinders. We've got the sanding floppy disc, as they call it, sanding wheel. I've got your regular wheels, and I've got a cutoff wheel. So you pretty much are using everything. These are going to get a clear coat and with like a black tint to them. So everything's got to be polished really well. Just about every single stage, I go over it again and again, and I keep trying to remove just a little bit more of this mill scale, and slowly but surely it's all coming out. The mill scale shows up much darker underneath your clear coat. But anyways, so that's my trick. Create a little table, help me get around so that I can turn this and get myself comfortable for all the weld joints. And I can keep it flat, just like you're working on top of your workbench. So that's the trick. Along with, you grind that out and plug weld that up, and then this way you can keep a nice clean joint on the outside. So once we get the balls welded on, I've got another video that's going to be in the next video. And in fact, that's what that strange little green thing right there is going to be the feature of the next video. So I'll get into that next time. We're wrapping up right about 5 minutes. Thanks for tuning in to Butte Forge. Share this with your friends. Press like, and we'll see you next time here in the forge. Thanks.